In every town, there are stories that remain hidden, stories of ordinary men who turn their pain into power and their struggles into success. This is the story of Michael, a boy who lost everything too soon but found hope in a place no one expected. Michael belonged to a poor family. His father worked hard to put food on the table, but life was never easy. Just when Michael was beginning school, tragedy struck. His father passed away suddenly, leaving behind a grieving wife and young children. Michael was only a child, but that day he grew up too fast. With no choice left, he left his school and his books and walked into a world of work. He began his journey at a small workshop, sweeping floors, carrying tools, and watching others create with their hands. He was just a boy, but responsibility weighed on his shoulders like a grown man. Days turned into months, and months into years. Michael began to learn, not from books, but from experience. He learned to fix machines, to handle tools, to craft with patience. The workshop became his classroom and hardship his teacher. Soon, his skills were noticed, and one day he was offered a job in a factory. Michael accepted. After all, it wasn't just about him. It was about his mother, his sisters, his brothers. Their future depended on him. 18 years passed. Michael's life became the factory. Morning to evening, the sound of machines became the rhythm of his existence. With every paycheck, he supported his family, helped his siblings go to school, and watched them succeed. But deep inside, Michael carried a dream he didn't even know existed. He had sacrificed his own childhood, but he made sure his siblings didn't lose theirs. His sacrifice gave them education, and they began to build their own lives. One evening, after a long shift, Michael walked out of the factory, tired and lost in thought. He sat down on a lonely bench at the edge of town. That bench seemed ordinary, but that night it became the doorway to his destiny. As Michael closed his eyes, he saw a vision. In that dream, he wasn't just a factory worker. He was standing in his own workshop, teaching the town's young boys skills, giving them hope, guiding them toward a future he never had. When Michael opened his eyes, the vision was gone, but the fire it lit inside him was real. From that day, the bench became his place of courage. Each evening, he sat there, planning. He knew leaving the factory would not be easy. After all, 18 years had tied him to it. But dreams demand sacrifice. Michael began saving every coin he could. He worked extra hours, repaired things on weekends, and bought old second-hand tools one by one. His mother worried, his friends doubted, but Michael's heart was certain. He was meant for more. The day finally came. Michael walked into the factory, not as a worker, but as a man ready to say goodbye. His hands shook as he told the manager he was leaving. Some laughed, some said he was a fool. After all, who leaves a stable job to chase a dream? But Michael smiled. Because he wasn't chasing a dream, he was chasing a future for the youth of his town. Michael rented a small broken place in the town. With his own hands, he cleaned it, painted it, repaired the walls, and set up his tools. The workshop opened its doors, not just for business, but for the youth who needed guidance. At first, only 2 or 3 boys came, but Michael treated them like family. He taught them not just how to work, but how to live with dignity, how to stand tall, and how to never give up. Word spread across the town. 1 boy became 5, 5 became 20. Soon, the workshop was filled with the sound of young hands learning, creating, building. Within a few years, Michael's workshop became the largest in town. It wasn't just a place of work, it was a place of hope. Parents sent their children there not just to earn, but to dream. The same man who once had nothing had now given everything to his town. Michael's story teaches us one thing. You may be poor, you may be broken, you may have nothing. But if you have a vision and the courage to act on it, you can change not only your life, but the lives of everyone around you. If you liked this story, please like, subscribe, and share. We'll meet again with another inspirational story. Thank you.